As I was going over the Cork and Kerry mountains, I met with Captain Farrell and his money he was counting. I first produced me pistol and then produced me rapier, saying stand and deliver, for you are my bold deceiver. Wish from a ring for a Durham-da. Whack for the daddy-o, whack for the daddy-o, there's a whiskey in the jar. He counted out his money, it made a pretty penny. I put it in me pocket and I gave it to me Jenny. She sighed and she swore that she never would deceive me, but the devil take that woman, for they never can be easy. Wish from a ring for Durham-da. Whack for the daddy-o, whack for the daddy-o, there's a whiskey in the jar. I went into my chamber to have a little slumber. I dreamt of gold and jewels, and for sure it was no wonder that Jenny drew me pistols. She filled them up with water. She sent for Captain Farrell to be ready for the slaughter. Wish from a ring for Durham-da. Whack for the daddy-o, whack for the daddy-o, there's a whiskey in the jar. Was early in the morning as I rose up to travel. Up comes a band of footmen and likewise Captain Farrell. I first produced me pistol and then produced me rapier, but I couldn't shoot the water, so a prisoner I was taken. A wish from a ring for Durham-da. Whack for the daddy-o, whack for the daddy-o, there's a whiskey in the jar. And if anyone can aid me, 'tis me brother in the army. If I could learn his station in Cork or in Killarney, and if he'd come and join me, we'd go roving in Kilkenny. I'll engage you, treat me fairer than my darling sporting Jenny. Wish from a ring for Durham-da. Whack for the daddy-o, whack for the daddy-o, there's a whiskey in the jar.
Fisher's cot along the banks of Bann. They come with vengeance in their eye. Too late are they. For young Roddy McCurley goes to die on the bridge of Toon today. Up the narrow street he sets, smiling proud and young. About the hemrope on his neck, the golden ringlet clung. There was never a tear in his blue eye, but sad and bright are they. For young Roddy McCurley goes to die on the bridge of Toon today. When he last stepped off that street, his shining pike in hand, he hailed him Antrim town, for Antrim town, 11 to a fray. And young Roddy Macaulay holds the giant of the job today. There was never a one of all your dead more bravely fell in fray than he who marches to his fate on the bridge of doom today. Through to the last, through to the last, he treads the outward way. And young Roddy Macaulay goes to die on the bridge of doom.
Four country roads wind into a town in County Galway. Four country roads leading to the friends I've left behind. Four dusty roads wind into the town of Glenamaddy. And four dusty roads forever in the caverns of my mind. Once in a while I hear the sound of music in the winter nights. I see now and then the place where we sheltered from the rain. And once in a while I see us walking home in the morning light. And often the times I long to see my hometown once again. Four roads to Glenamaddy, four roads that drift apart. Four roads to Glenamaddy are the four dusty highways to my heart. One country road led me to the schoolhouse by the river, and one country road to the churchyard where my mum and daddy lie. One dusty road where I stroll with a loved one in the shadow, and one dusty road that led me on my journey far away. Four roads to Glenamaddy, four roads that drift apart. Four roads to Glenamaddy are the four dusty highways to my heart. Are the four dusty highways to my heart. In the year of our Lord 1806, we set sail from the Colchia port. We were bound far away with the cargo of bricks to the beautiful Hall of New York. With an elegant craft, she took fearful blast, and oh, how the trades wind rolled her. She was rigged fore and aft, she had 24 masts, and we called her the Irish Rover. Donahue and McHugh from beside Waterloo, with O'Neill and McShane from the Rhine, with McCud and McSpud from the land of the flood, with McLeod and McDade and O'Brien, with McGee, McEntee and a big Portuguese, and Michael Maguire from Dover, and the man McMahon from beyond Turkestan was the skipper of the Irish Rover. We had 100 bags of the best Sligo rags. We had 200 barrels of bones. We had 300 sides of the blind horse's hide. We had 400 barrels of stones. We had 500 hogs and 600 dogs, and 700 bundles of clover. We had 100 bales of old billy goat's tails in the whole of the Irish Rover. We sailed 7 years till the measles broke out, and the ship lost its way in the fog, and the whole of the crew was reduced down to 2. 'Twas myself and the captain's old dog. The ship struck a rock with a terrible shock, and soon she rolled over, and when high around the poor dog was drowned. I'm the last of the Irish Rover. There are wild and rocky hills on the coast of Donegal, and the fishermen are hardy, brave and free. And the big Atlantic swell is a thing they know right well, as they find it take a living from the sea. With a pleasant rolling sea and the herring running free, and the fleet all riding gently through the foam. When the boats are loaded down, they'll be singing in the town, when the boys from Killybegs come rolling home. Well, you've donned your rubber boots and you got your oilskins on, and you checked your gear to see that you're okay, and your jumper keeps you warm for this cold before the dawn, and you're ready to begin another day. With a pleasant rolling sea and the herring running free, and the fleet all riding gently through the foam. When the boats are loaded down, they'll be singing in the town, when the boys from Killybegs come rolling home. Now you're heading out to sea and the wind is blowing free, and you cast your nets as rain begins to fall. But the sun comes riding high and the clouds will soon go by, and today you'll take a hunter's haul. With a pleasant rolling sea and the herring running free, and the fleet all riding gently through the foam. When the boats are loaded down, they'll be singing in the town, when the boys from Killybegs come rolling home. Well, the weather's blowing rough and the world gets very tough, and the ropes are making welts upon your hands. But you'll never leave the sea, for whoever you may be, when it's in your blood it's hard to leave the land. With a pleasant rolling sea and the herring running free, and the fleet all riding gently through the foam. When the boats are loaded down, they'll be singing in the town, when the boys from Killybegs come rolling home. When the boys from Killybegs come rolling home. What's your hurry? Can't you stay and pass an hour away? And we'll sit and dream a while by candlelight. For when the long day's over, that's the time I fear the most, when I hear the footsteps fade into the night. You're restless, tell me why. There's a teardrop in your eye, and I've seen it there 100 times before. And I know you're going to leave me. It always breaks my heart, for you seldom come to see me anymore. I will recall that day when my ship it sailed away to a far-off distant land across the sea, where a cruel war was raging and time was standing still, and blind hatred was the order of the day. Your restless, tell me why there's a teardrop in your eye, and I've seen it there 100 times before. And I know you're going to leave me. It always breaks my heart, for you seldom come to see me anymore. I know it can't be fair for a soldier's wife to hear how he helped to keep his country proud and free. No bronze, no fancy ribbons can ever ease the pain when he comes back half the man he used to be. You're restless, tell me why there's a teardrop in your eye, and I've seen it there 100 times before. And I know you're going to leave me, but it always breaks my heart, for you seldom come to see me anymore. For you seldom come to see me anymore.
In the year of our Lord 1806, we set sail from the cold Cay of Cork. We were sailing away with the cargo of bricks for the Grand City Hall in New York. We'd an elegant craft, she was rigged fore and aft, and how the trade winds drove her. She had 23 masts, and she stood several blasts, and they called her the Irish Rover. There was Barney McGee from the banks of the Lee, there was Hogan from County Tyrone. There was Johnny McGurk, who was scared stiff of work, and a chap from Westmeath named Malone. There was Slugger O'Toole, who was drunk as a rule, and fighting Bill Tracy from Dover, and your man Mick McCann from the banks of the Bann was the skipper on the Irish Rover. We had 1,000,000 bags of the best Sligo rags, we had 2,000,000 barrels of bone. We had 3,000,000 bales of foul natty goat's tails, we had 4,000,000 barrels of stone. We had 5,000,000 hogs and 6,000,000 dogs, and 7,000,000 barrels of porter. We had 8,000,000 sides of all blind horses' hides in the whole of the Irish Rover. We had sailed 7 years when the measles broke out, and our ship lost her way in a fog. And the whale of a crew was reduced down to 2. 'Twas myself and the captain's old dog. Then the ship struck a rock, oh Lord, what a shock, and nearly tumbled over. Turned 9 times around, then the poor old dog was drowned. I'm the last of the Irish Rover.
come to hoyt come McPagan Bannister. Tebe Barry, oh, see you said a bear some tall. Oh, glad me, I was glad me, good Joe. She drama clean the one of me, she Peggy like that wood. Irish scale and near it, you can knowing the bad wood. And scale of her sharash, the noggin yanach flower show. Oh, glad me, I was glad me, good Joe. She drama clean the one of me, she Peggy like that wood. Ysgrin ang aloe tachtan ar lachor. The sullus gali gili giga vika di shikoil. Oh, garam, me agus me go Joe. She gram a clean one and he she Peggy like a woil. Your airy sauce of Peggy is just a bar an org. Ori the head puyan agus speach will she on. Oh, garam, me agus me go Joe. She gram a clean one and he she Peggy like a woil. Me agus better me go Joe. She from a clean one, me she Peggy let your war.
My darling, come to me. Sit down you easily and rest for a while. Neath the warm firelight, cold as the night, warm is my heart with pride. Having you by my side, you're still my guiding light. After all these years, your soft assuring wave, the rock I lean on, saw me through my darkest days. When all hope is gone, you're still the only one I'll ever hold near. And I love you after all these years. Time for me passes on, and I'm growing old. A lifetime has gone, I cannot unfold. Life's dark and cold, but warm is your hand in mine. People with ageless time, the light of love still shines. After all these years, your soft assuring wave, the rock I lean on, saw me through my darkest days. When all hope is gone, you're still the only one I'll ever hold near. And I love you after all these years. And I love you There's always a fire in the kitchen. There's always a kettle on the boil. There's no fancy carpet or no china bowls, but the one thing our house is a home. A stranger is always welcome, be it any time, night or day. You'll never be sad or be lonesome. Just call here and pass on your way. There's always a fire in the kitchen. There's always a kettle on the boil. There's no fancy carpet or no china bowls, but the one thing our house is a home. It's seen many happy and sad times, and still it remains through it all. And while times have changed all around us, there's still a word of welcome in our home. There's always a fire in the kitchen. There's always a kettle on the boil. There's no fancy carpet or no china bowls, but the one thing our house is a home. There's no fancy carpet or no china bowls, but the one thing our house is a home. my memory, I will always see the town that I have loved so well, where our school played ball by the gas yard wall, and we laughed through the smoke and the smell. Going home in the rain, running up the dark lane, past the jail and down behind the fountain. Those were happy days in so many ways, in the town I loved so well. In the early morning, the shirt factory horn called women from Cregan, the moor and the bog, while the men on the dole played a mother's role, fed the children and then walked the dog. And when times got rough, there was just about enough, but they saw it through without complaining. For deep inside was a burning pride for the town I love so well. There was music there in the dairy air, like a language that we could all understand. I remember the day when I earned my first pay, as I played in a small pickup band. There I spent my youth, and to tell you the truth, I was sad to leave it all behind me, for I'd learned about life, and I found me a wife in the town I love so well. But when I returned, how my eyes were burned to see how a town could be brought to its knees by the armored cars and the bombed out bars, and the gas that hangs on to every breeze. Now the army's installed by that old gas yard wall, and that damn barbed wire gets higher and higher. With their tanks and their guns, oh my God, what have they done the town I have loved so well. Now the music's gone, but they carry on, for their spirit's been bruised, never broken. They will not forget, but their hearts are set on tomorrow and peace once again. For what's done is done, and what's won is won, and what's lost is lost and gone forever. I can only pray for a bright summer's day in the town I love so well. I can only pray for a bright summer's day in the town I love so well. Are you going across to Ireland? Will you take me in your car? And I'm sure you'll find my conversation sound. I can pay my way entirely. I'll enjoy your company. Leave me off at any Tipperary town. Sure, there's Cashel, Tip and Laura, Old Boris and Cloheen. You can leave me where I've never been before. In Roscrea, Drum or Carrick, in Thurles or Clonmel, or my birthplace by the town of Templemore. Meet me on the road to Nina, where the rippling Shannon calls, where the Aran Mountains join the silver mines. I'll be happy to Ingahir, where the Galtee shadows fall. I'm at home in any Tipperary town. I'll relive again the memories of times I used to know, ere I felt the wandering dreams invade my mind, and the little town of Emly I knew so long ago. Oh, I rue the day I left them all behind. Meet me on the road to Nina, where the rippling Shannon calls, where the Aran Mountains join the silver mines. I'll be happy to Ingahir, where the Galtee shadows fall. I'm at home in any Tipperary town. I'm at home in any Tipperary town.
as down the glen one Easter morn to a city fair rode I. There are met lines of marching men in squadrons passed me by. No fife did hum nor battle drum did sound its dread tattoo, but the Angelus bells o'er the Liffey swell rang out through the foggy dew. Right proudly high over Dublin town they hung out the flag of war. 'Twas better to die 'neath an Irish sky than at Sulva or Soodlebar. And from the plains of royal Meath strong men came hurrying through, while Britannia's Huns with their long-range guns sailed in through the foggy dew. 'Twas Britannia bade our wild geese go, that small nations might be free. But their lonely graves are by Sulva's waves, or the shore of the great North Sea. Oh, had they died by Pierce's side, or fought with Cal Brew, their names we would keep where the Fenians sleep, 'neath the shroud of the foggy dew. But the bravest fell, and the requiem bell rang mournfully and clear. For those who died that Easter tide in the springing of the year, and the world did gaze in deep amaze at those fearless men but few, who bore the fight that freedom's light might shine through the foggy dew.
The pale moon was rising above the green mountain. The sun was declining beneath the blue sea, when I strayed with my love to the pure crystal fountain that stands in the beautiful vale of Tralee. She was lovely and fair as the rose of the summer. It wasn't her beauty alone that won me. Oh no, was the truth in her eyes ever shining that made me love Mary, the rose of Tralee. The cool shades of evening, their mantle was spreading, and Mary, all smiles, was listening to me. The moon through the valley, her pale rays were shedding, when I won the heart of the rose of Tralee. Though lovely and fair as the rose of the summer, it wasn't her beauty alone that won me. Oh no, was the truth in her eyes ever shining that made me love Mary, the rose of Tralee, that made me love Mary, the rose of Tralee.
in the county Tyrone, near the town of Dungannon. There was many's a looking at myself on a honnin'. Bob Williamson lived there, and we were betrayed. And all of us taught him a stout orange blade. On the 12th of July, as the year did come, Bob played on his old flute to the sound of the drum. You can talk of your harp, your piano, or lute, but there's nothing compared with the old orange flute. Sure it's 6 miles from Bangor to Donegal. But Bob the deceiver, sure he took us all in, and he married a papist called Bridget McGinn. Turned papist himself and forsook the old cause that gave us our freedom, religion and laws. Now the boys of the place made some comment upon it, and Bob had to fly to the province of Connaught. Well, he fled with his wife and his fixings to boot, and along with the latter, his old orange flute. Sure, it's 6 miles from Bangor to Donegal. At the chapel on Sundays to atone for past deeds, he said pathers and office, and he counted his beads. Till after some time at the priest's own desire, Bob went with his old flute to play in the choir. Well, he went with his old flute to play in the mass, but the instrument shivered inside a loss. And below as he would, though it made a great noise, but the flute would play only the Protestant boys. Sure it's 6 miles from Bangor to Donegal. At a council of priests that was held the next day, they decided to banish the old flute away. They couldn't knock heresy out of its head, so they bought Bob a new one to play in instead. Now the old flute was doomed and its fate was metallic, was fastened and burdened at the stake of the Roddick. As the flame roared around, it sure they heard a queer noise, but the old flute still playing the Protestant boys. Sure it's 6 miles from Bangor to Donegal.
Oh Mary, this London's a wonderful sight, with people here working by day and by night. They don't sow potatoes, nor barley, nor wheat, but there's gangs up and digging for gold on the streets. At least when I asked them, that's what I was told. So I just took a hand at this digging for gold. But for all that I found there, I might as well be where the mountains of Moran sweep down to the sea. I believe that when writing a wish you expressed as to how the fine ladies in London were dressed. Well, if you believe me when asked to a ball, faith they don't wear a top to their dresses at all. Oh, I've seen them myself, and you could not in truth say that they were bound for a ball or a bat. Don't be starting them fashions now, Mary McCree. where the mountains of morn sweep down to the sea. I've seen England's king from the top of a bus. I've never known him, though he means to know us. And though by the Saxon we once were oppressed, still I cheered, God forgive me, I cheered with the rest. And now that he's visited Erin's green shore, we'll be much better friends than we've been here before. When we got all we want, we're as quiet as can be, where the mountains of Moran sweep down to the sea. You remember young Peter O'Loughlin, of course. Well, now he is here at the head of the force. I met him today, I was crossing the Strand, and he stopped the whole street with one wave of his hand. And there we stood talking of days that are gone, while the whole population of London looked on. But for all these great powers, he's wishful like me, to be back where dark Moran sweeps down to the sea. take you home again, Kathleen, across the ocean, wild and bright, to where your heart has ever been. Since first you were my bonnie bride, the roses all have left your cheeks. I watched them fade away and die. Your voice is sad whene'er you speak, and tears meet in your loving eyes. Oh, I will take you back, Kathleen, where your heart will feel no pain. And when the fields are fresh and green, I will take you to your home, Kathleen. I'll take you home again, Kathleen, across the ocean, wild and bright, to where your heart has ever been. Since first you were my bonnie bride, the roses all have left your cheeks. I watched them fade away and die. Your voice is sad whene'er you speak, and tears meet in your loving eyes. Oh, I will take you back, Kathleen, to where your heart will feel no pain. And when the fields are fresh and green, I will take you to your home, Kathleen. I will take you to your home, Kathleen. Boston, a place you all know well. Brought up by honest parents, the truth to you I'll tell. Brought up by honest parents and raised most tenderly, till I became a sporting lad at the age of 23. My character was taken and I was sent to jail. My friends, they came and tried in vain to get me out on bail. The jury found me guilty, the clerk he wrote it down. The judge he passed the sentence, I was bound for Charlestown. They placed me on an eastbound train one cold December day, and every station we passed through, you could hear the people say, there goes the Boston burglar, in cold chains he is bound. For one crime or another, he is bound for Charlestown. So all of you have freedom, take warning if you can, and don't go round the streets at night breaking laws of God and man. For if you do, you'll surely rule and become a man like me, serving up 21 long years in the penitentiary. Serving up 21 long years in the penitentiary. I wandered today to the hills, Maggie, to watch the scene below. The creek and the creek in Old Mill, Maggie, as we used to long, long ago. The green grove is gone from the hills, Maggie, where first the daisy sprung. The creek in Old Mill is still, Maggie, since you and I were young. Since you and I were young. Oh, they say that I'm feeble with age, Maggie, my steps are much slower than then. My face is a well-written page, Maggie, and time all alone was the pen. They say we have outlived our time, Maggie, as they did a song that we'd sung. But to me you're as fair as you were, Maggie, when you and I were young. They say we have outlived our time, Maggie, as they did a song that we'd sung. But to me you're as fair as you were, Maggie, when you and I were young. When you and I were young.
The night that I was married, and in my married bed, up comes a bouncy captain and stood at my bed head. Said, arise, young wedded man, and come along with me to the lowlands of Holland for to fight the enemy. Now Holland is a lovely land, and in it grows fine grain. It is a place of residence for soldiers to remain, where the sugar cane is plentiful and the tea grows on each tree. I never had but the one sweetheart, and she's far away from me. Said the mother to the daughter, live off your sore lament. There's men enough in Galway to be your heart's content. There are men enough in Galway, but alas, there's none for me. Since the high winds and the stormy seas have parted my love and me, I'll wear no stays around my waist, no combs all in my hair, no handkerchief around my neck to shade my beauty fair, and neither will I marry until the day I die. Since the high winds and the stormy seas have parted my love and I.
Well, how do you do, young Willie McBride? Do you mind if I sit here down by your graveside and rest for a while neath the warm summer sun? I've been walking all day and I'm nearly done. I see by your gravestone you're only 19 when you joined the Great Fallen in 1916. I hope you died well, and I hope you died clean. Young Willie McBride wasn't slow and obscene. Did they beat the drums slowly? Did they play the fife slowly? Did they sound the dead march as they lowered you down? And did the band play the last post and chorus? Did the pipes play the flowers of the forest? And did you leave a wife or a sweetheart behind? In some faithful heart is your memory enshrined? Although you died back in 1916, in that faithful heart you are forever 19. Or are you a stranger without even a name, enclosed and forever behind the glass frame, in an old photograph, torn and battered and stained, and faded to yellow in a brown leather frame? The sun now it shines on the green fields of France. There's a warm summer breeze, it makes the red poppies dance. And look how the sun shines from under the clouds. There's no gas, no barbed wire, there's no guns firing now. But here in this graveyard, it's still no man's land. The countless white crosses stand mute in the sand. To man's blind indifference to his fellow man, to a whole generation that were butchered and damned. Did they beat the drum slowly? Did they play the fife lowly? Did they sound the dead march as they lowered you down? And did the band play the last post and chorus? Did the pipes play the flowers of the forest? Now young Willie McBride, I can't help wonder why. Do all those who lie here know why they did die? And did they believe when they answered the call? Did they really believe that this war would end wars? Well, the sorrows, the suffering, the glory, the pain, the killing and dying was all done in vain. For young Willie McBride, it's all happening again, and again, and again, and again, and again. When first I saw the love light in your eyes, I thought the world held naught but joy for me. And even though we drifted far apart, I never dreamed of what I dreamed, my dear. I love you as I never loved before, since first I met you on the village green. Come to me, hear my words of dreams alone. I love you as I love you when you are sweet, when you are sweet. 16. Last night I dreamt I held your hand in mine, and once again you were my happy bride. I kissed you as I did in old lang syne, as from the church we wandered side by side. I love you as I never loved before, since first I met you on the village green. Come to me, hear my words of dreams alone. I love you as I love you when you are sweet, when you are sweet. 16.
I'll tell me ma when I get home, the boys won't leave the girls alone. Pulled me hair, stole me comb, but that's alright till I go home. She is handsome, she is pretty, she is the belle of Dublin City. She is a courtin' a 1, 2, 3, pray can you tell me who is he? Albert Mooney says he loves her, all the boys are fighting for her. Knock at the door, they ring the bell, allow me through, love her you well. Out she comes, while the snorings and her fingers, bells on her toes. Out Johnny Morrissey says she'll die if she doesn't get the fella with the roving knife. The wind and the rain and the hail blow high, and the snow come travelling through the sky. She's as sweet as apple pie, she'll get her own lad by and by. When she gets a lad of her own, she won't tell her ma when she gets home. Let them all come as they will, it's Albert Mooney she'll love still. Tell me ma when I get home, the boys won't leave the girls alone. Pull me hair, stone me comb, well that's alright till I get home. She is handsome, she is pretty, she is the belle of Dublin City. She is a courtin' 1, 2, 3, pray can you tell me who will see? Albert Mooney says he loves her, all the boys are fighting. waiting for her. Knocking at the door, they're ringing the bell. Hello, me through, love, are you well? Out she comes, by the snoring, to her fingers, bells on her toes. How Jenny Morrissey says she'll die if she doesn't get the fella with the robe and night. The wind and the rain and the hail blow high, the snow comes tumbling through the sky. She's a sweet and apple pie, she'll get her own and by and by. When she gets a lad of her own, she won't tell her ma when she gets home. Let them all come as they will, for Talbot County she'll still. She is handsome, she is pretty, she is the belle of Dublin City. She is the court and the 1, 2, 3, brag if you tell me who is she.
As I went walking down Broadway, not intending to stay very long, I met with this frolicsome damsel as she came tripping along. What she took out of my pocket and slipped it right into my hand. On the very first day that I met her, bad luck to her black velvet band. Her eyes, they shone like diamonds, you'd think she was queen of the land. With her hair flung over her shoulders, tied up with a black velvet band. The judge and jury next morning, both of us did appear. A gentleman claimed his jewelry, and the case against us was clear. 7 long years transportation, right on to Van Diemen's Land, far away from my friends and companions, to follow that black velvet band. Her eyes, they shone like diamonds, you'd think she was queen of the land. With her hair flung over her shoulders, tied up with a black velvet band. Her eyes shone like diamonds, you'd think she was queen of the land. With her hair flung over her shoulders, tied up with a black velvet band. Tied up with a black velvet band. The palm trees wave on high along the fertile shore. Adieu the hills of Kerry, I never will see no more. Oh, why did I leave my home? Oh, why did I cross the sea and leave the small birds singing around you, sweet Tralee? The noble and the brave have departed from our shore. They've gone off to a foreign land where the wild cannons roar. No more they'll see the shamrock, the plant so dear to me, or hear the small birds singing around you, sweet Tralee. The palm trees wave on high along the fertile shore. Adieu the hills of Kerry, I never will see no more. Oh, why did I leave my home? Oh, why did I cross the sea and leave the small birds singing around you, sweet Tralee? No more the sun will shine on that blessed harvest morn, or hear our reapers singing in a golden field of corn. There's a band for every woe and a cure for every pain. But the happiness of my darling girl I never will see again. The palm trees wave on high along the fertile shore. Adieu the hills of Kerry, I never will see no more. Oh, why did I leave my home? Oh, why did I cross the sea and leave the small birds singing around you, sweet Tralee? And leave the small birds singing around you, sweet Tralee.
Fine girl you are, to you, my Dinah, 1,000 times adieu. We're going away from the holy ground and the girls that we love true. We will sail the salt sea over and then return for shore to see again the girls we love and the holy ground once more. Fine girl, you are the girl I do adore, and still I live in hopes to see the holy ground once more. Fine girl, you are.
See the star of my rising, I see it coming soon.
safe on shore. We will drink and toast to the holy ground and the girls that we adore. We will drink strong ale and porter and make their laughters roar. And when our money is all spent, we'll go to sea for more. Fine girl you are, girl I do adore, and still I live in hopes to see the holy ground once more. Fine girl you are.
My feet are here on Broadway, this blessed harvest morn. But oh, the ache that's in them for the place where I was born. My weary hands are blistered from working cold and heat. But oh, to swing that side again in a field of Irish wheat. Had I the chance to journey back or roam the king's abode, I'd rather see the hawthorn tree down the old bog road. My mother died last springtime when Ireland's fields were green. The neighbors said her waking was the finest ever seen. There were snowdrops and primroses piled high beside her bed, and First Church was crowded when the funeral mass was said. But here was I on Broadway, just building bricks by load, when they carried out her coffin down the old bog road. Now life's a weary puzzle, past finding out by man. I take the day for what it's worth and do the best I can. Since no one cares a rush for me, what need for me to moan? I go my way and draw my pay and smoke my pipe alone. Each human heart must know its grief, though bitter be the load. So God be with you, Ireland, and the old bog road. I've met some folks who say that I'm a dreamer, and I've no doubt there's truth in what they say. But sure, a body's bound to be a dreamer when all the things he loves are far away. And when the moonlight peeps across the rooftops of this great city, wondrous though it be, I scarcely feel its wonder or its laughter. I'm once again back home in Innisfree, and precious things are dreams unto an exile. They take him o'er the land across the sea, especially when it happens he's an exile from that dear lovely Isle of Innisfree. I wandered o'er green hills to greeny valleys, and find the peace no other land could know. I hear the birds make music fit for angels, and watch the rivers laughing as they flow. But dreams don't last, no dreams are not forgotten, and soon I'm back to stern reality. But though they pave the footpaths here with gold dust, I still would choose my Isle of Innisfree. I still would choose my Isle of Innisfree.
Oh, Mrs. McGrath, the sergeant said, would you like to make a soldier out of your son Ted, with the scarlet coat and a big cocked hat? Oh, Mrs. McGrath, wouldn't you like that with your two-raya and your follow-diddle-la? Hooray-hooray-hooray-ya, with your two-raya and your follow-diddle-la. Hooray-hooray-hooray-ya. Now, Mrs. McGrath lived on the seashore for the space of 7 long years or more. She spied a ship coming into the bay. Here's my son Teddy, we should clear the way with your two-raya and your follow-diddle-la. Hooray-hooray-hooray-ya, with your two-raya and your follow-diddle-la. Hooray-hooray-hooray-ya. Oh, Captain dear, where have you been, or have you been sailing on the Mediterranean? Have you any tidings of my son Ted? Is the poor boy living, or is he dead? With your two-raya and your follow-diddle-la. Hooray-hooray-hooray-ya, with your two-raya and your follow-diddle-la. Hooray-hooray-hooray-ya. Then up came Ted without any legs, and in their place he had 2 wooden pegs. She kissed him a dozen times or 2. Holy Moses, it isn't you with your 2-raya, follow-diddle-la, 2-ray-o-ray-o-raya, with your 2-raya, and you follow-diddle-la, 2-ray-o-ray-o-raya. Now, were you drunk or were you blind when you left your 2 fine legs behind? Was it the walking upon the sea? Were your 2 fine legs from the knees away with your 2-raya and you follow-diddle-la, 2-ray-o-ray-o-raya, with your 2-raya and you follow-diddle-la, 2-ray-o-ray-o-raya. No, I wasn't drunk and I wasn't blind when I left me 2 fine legs behind. A big cannonball on the 5th of May tore me 2 fine legs from the knees away with your 2-raya, follow-diddle-la, 2-ray-o-ray-o-raya, with your 2-raya and you follow-diddle-la, 2-ray-o-ray-o-raya. Oh, Teddy, me boy, the widow cried, your 2 fine legs we are mammy's pride. Stumps of a 3 wouldn't do at all. Why didn't you run from the big cannonball with your 2-raya, follow-diddle-la, 2-ray-o-ray-o-raya, with your 2-raya and you follow-diddle-la, 2-ray-o-ray-o-raya. All foreign wars I do proclaim between Don John and the King of Spain. I'd rather have me Teddy as he used to be than the King of France and his whole navy with your 2-raya and your follow-diddle-la, 2-ray-o-ray-o-raya, with your 2-raya and your follow-diddle-la, 2-ray-o-ray-o-raya.